Testing 1, 2, 3, mic check. One, two, three, mic check. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. We're adjusting audio right now at the moment. Testing 1. Still picking up audio somehow. Mic. How do we get this? There it is. Alright. Have to fix that. Testing. Still going. Input. You know what? We're just gonna go without. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Let's go ahead and drag that on over. Kill that. You know what? And go to Canva. Go without. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Just go ahead and drag that over. Alright. We left off. We left off right about here. All right. I'm gonna put my shades on. One more audio check. So far, so good. We left off right about here. I remember putting that in. We're at 9:15 p. California time. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to whatever the heck this is. Last time we completed this design right here, and in all fairness, that one actually, with that specific background, that beige background, I'm gonna call it. We expanded the pattern to different background colors, and I got some feedback. More people said they like this color, which kind of, I don't know, maybe it's growing on me. Who knows? I got feedback from maybe 2-3 people. Told me they like. I almost want to go to my Instagram. I want to do that live. Go to my Instagram. Say which color. Let's see if we can make that happen. Save that. We're gonna save it to stream content. Call it blue. Next. Purple. Beige. Could say brown. Cream. We'll call it cream. Cream. My personal Instagram. Oh, not logged in, so never mind that. Alright, well, I'll do that on my own. We're going to take this design right here and expand on it today. That's what we're doing. And I've got some really good feedback from a really girly person who, let's go ahead and drag that on over right there, and let's say delete of these are not together like I thought they were. You know what else we need? We're gonna need that color. We're gonna need that background color. Damn it. It might be this one right here though. No, is it? No. Here's how you get it. You say, bloop, and you drag that right on in. And you see, might be this color right here. Drag that on over, and then you say which color. What color did maybe I just kind of picked it from Maybe I chose it from like the select color option here. I'm assuming it was a. I'm assuming it was a swatch, but maybe it wasn't. All right. Well, this is fine right here. We can. Let's grab that and just kind of. There you go. Match it a little bit. Yeah, good to go. All right, so we're gonna lock that. We're gonna start with beige again. Lock that. All of this is gone. Let's delete that. And I'm looking at my live stream. Okay. We're gonna go to Canva, and the inspiration I got in terms of elements, what elements to add, talked about going with the elements of hearts, like little, like, we're gonna keep that color theme. We're gonna keep the pinks, the brown, and the cookie, the yellow, and the popcorn, and the blue. All the colors making up the lollipop. I want to keep or stay true to those colors, but here, I do want to stay true. I want to get this music out of my ear. There you go. That's better. It wasn't working for me. I'm sorry. Like in your subconscious, you can feel that something's bothering you. You just don't quite know what it is until you know what it is. And that was it. That little portion right there didn't work for me. All right. Going to Canva. Moving on to Canva. Let's go to Canva on my other account because it's got more history in it. Shut that down for now. Graphics. I'm going to say Magic Media. That's not what we want. We want elements. I need a new mic. That's what I need. Hearts. What do we have? Now the agreement was to stick to that look, to not veer away from that look. So let's pop this open real fast. All right, let's go here. 1 and 2. Split that. Keep that there, and the reason being, we're gonna type in hearts as we have already. Look for graphics that either match or come close to what we're seeing here. We like this look right here. I want to stick with this look. If we can't find, you see that kind of, these sort of get there as a gift, but two options. We're gonna either find them here, bring them on over, or build them into the project in Adobe Illustrator, which I think, excuse me, we'll most likely have to do. I want to scroll to kind of see what you see. Like, that's good inspiration right there. Right? That kind of goes with and then a question would be, what? How do I get to my live chat? There it is. Testing chat. I'm gonna type that in. Okay, that works. And docs. Chat. One second. Testing chat 2. See if anything comes through. Okay, yes, perfect. Comes through on my live stream. How do we get audio? They need to build that into OBS. Back to my point. That's good inspiration, but I'm building hard. Here's sort of the conversation I had. Here's an element that was raised. Element inspiration that was raised during the conversation I had with the person that I had the conversation with, and the person of the conversation, and I think we get the point. How do we make that? We need a term to help us talk about it. How do we make this cartoonified that way? Is there a way? Do we put the little reflection, balloon reflection in all of them? You know, how do we balloonify that, cartoonify it? I wouldn't go with it, I don't think. And if so, how would I make it happen? I don't want to spend too much time. I want to kind of get in, start dropping elements, and quickly get to how we're going to start sorting them out and organizing them. All right. Close. I've got a bunch of messages coming through. So I would start with that. I'm going to bring this one on over here. Get rid of that one. Let's bring this over here. PNG. All right, yeah, I did it the wrong way. Drop that into here. Oh. All right. The old control would sort of create symmetry in the contraction, if that makes sense. Everything goes into stream content. We call it hearts. Smiling sample. Right there. Go on over to Illustrator. Let's drag that on over. We're going to build that out. That's going to be a foundational element to build out from. Like we did with this balloon in the last project. We took this balloon where we had the inspiration from the inspirational design from the trend research that we did, but I think you get what I'm saying. Whomever you are. All right, so let's drag that in, put that there, build. That's not how you do it, brethren. I'm gonna put that right there. We're gonna lock it, unlock. I'm sorry about that. Pull this down right about there. Then we lock it. layer and lock that layer so that I don't have to keep locking and unlocking everything. So, new layer. Right there. Now we can just lock that layer. There it is. I gotta be more efficient. Pen tool. This will be the elements layer. This I forgot to include in this level of organization into the last project, but we got through it, so I feel like an old-fashioned saying goes there after what I said, like bada boom, bada bing, something like a, I think they're called colloquialisms or something. Okay. Okay, so look at the perfection on that. Let's find the middle. 1, 2. Meet you halfway, right about there. Because that one, here, let's pull that one over. Alright, just leave that alone, brother. You kind of lost track of what you were doing, and now it's time to get back on track. See if we can close it from here. Can we? I think we could. We'll just have to pull that down a little. I don't need to close it. It's gonna kind of. That's just powerful, man. Come on, work with me, brother. It's like fighting against me. Here and then close. Right about there. That's the beginning of the end, believe it or not. Now let's give it a color of red, a stroke of, what is that? I don't think we're gonna do a stroke, right? So keeping with, oh man, that didn't turn out the way I wanted. That's not what we want right there. Sheesh. Alright, we're gonna have to do 1 and 2. Delete that. Let's give some symmetry to this thingy here. Bring that on over there. Straighten this on out. Right there, and then mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? I didn't create this absolutely vertically, so let's see if I can flip. How did I used to do this, man? Transform, reflect. There it is. Okay. Thank you, brother. It's been a while, but you know, the knowledge is still there. So the idea is you just kind of reflecting it right there. Then you can get rid of your guide, and you want to put these together. Find these points, right click, and make sure they're together though, the same point, and join. Same with these. Make sure they're together. Right click, join, and we should be good to go. Now back to that last point I was making. Keeping with these designs here, the first thing we're gonna do right off the bat, we're changing. I'm gonna take one of these and pull them all, pull it over here. One of these elements. The first thing we're gonna do is ungroup that. And you see that brown right there on the stroke? That's that brown there. Remove that so we can see the brown. We're gonna change that to that. Then we're gonna say we want you to look like that. Let's tone down. Bring you up to 10. That's good enough. Give you a feel of pink, right? So we're gonna have to ungroup this again to get the color to show. Let's group with this stroke right here. So pink should show. And we don't have a swatch for that, so double click, drag that on over. Sorry, there it is. That's not where I wanted it. Drag it on over to there. Grab that and say, hello, beautiful. Take these, drag these on over. Just drop this in the back. Alright. Okay, for whatever reason. I'm trying to see if we're on the same clipboard. Out. You see, it kind of works out once you get to using this program a lot. It feels good to sort of just know what to go to. I want to drag this back down. We're going to pull it up here. V. Selection to put that right corner. It fits somewhere. We just have to figure out where. So right about there. And we can drag this on over a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm gonna make it stop snapping too. Something is checked here. Guides. Shift plus Control plus quotation. Okay. Let's turn that back on. I'm waiting on that music to pick up. I think this is good enough right here to start with. And then we can put one more, we can put these two here. Control X to cut, and then click and then paste. That way you're pasting them onto the same. Oh, wait, whoa, wow, whoa, I get it now. The layer is what mattered. I'm working with layers, so we lock this layer so that we're just on one layer. Right about there, pull it on over, rotate. Right about there. Okay, this has to look really good, which means I'm just gonna build it myself. Not waste any time. Best way to do it is to do right like that, right? Cut it like right there. And then you say 1 and 2. And delete the rest. Right there is how you do it. Can even make it smaller. Alright. Now let's group those. So we've got that. My song just came on. So that's gotta be on this layer right here. Yep. And cut. And let's put it on this layer here. Good. Now we can move it out of the way. Alright. So that's our foundation right there. Right? That's our foundation. What are we doing? Now we're asking the question. What are we doing? That's the question. We can put the happy faces on there if we want, but that sort of influences the other elements. For example, those little circus theme park balloons influence the popcorn and the movie ticket, or the theme park ticket and the cookie and the lollipop with the ice cream and the soda pop and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. I know blah 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 doesn't go there, but yada 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 would probably. So we can also take inspiration and say, all right, we're gonna want a heart. Make 2 of them. 1 and 2 like so. Let's grab this thingy right here. Pull it on over. Copy and paste. That's my song, by the way. Ungroup and ungroup again. Practice true color. Where's that blue? See, that blue's not shown anywhere. Let's put that blue next to that pink. And let's say hello. Beautiful. Ungroup. We're gonna have to lower the stroke weight on these. 14 down to 5, and also slide them over. The music is everything, buddy. The music is everything. Put this one down to 6. Slide that over a little bit. Look at how far. I want to lower these two. Look at how far we've come already. Like, we're not, I shouldn't even say how far. Select this with direct selection tool. You know what? Just go for the whole thing. That's how you do it quickly. I forgot about that. Quiet stroke weight, pull it down some, and push it over some. Same thing with this one. I also want to stretch that out a little bit. Right there. Where's my... It's not showing. Like, what's the matter here, buddy? Thank you. Alright. So, I didn't have to ungroup that. I did have to ungroup this one though. That was a rookie mistake. Group it back. Alright, so we've got two sort of elements to work with. We can probably get rid of that one. And kind of keep these. I don't know if I want to keep single balloons. If I'm truly taking from, or take more inspiration, I would say kind of double up the hearts. Don't make them balloons though, or yeah, make them balloons. Should I make them balloons? Ungroup that. Grab these. Copy. Paste. Group that. Rotate. Rotate more. Put those behind. And then in that case, we would have to rotate the, maybe, let me see. I would want to rotate the thickness to another part of. Let's see how it looks first of all. Bring that down. Switch that to a blue. I want to lower that stroke weight. I just don't, everything has to look good, man. I'm sorry. It has to match. Like, you see the stroke weight? So we're gonna take and grab this right now. Double click. We're gonna take this, man, and shift it. Like so. This has to be thinner in another spot. Maybe right there. Let's see how this looks. Doesn't have to be that thin. Okay. Let's undo that. Try it here. Something I have to do here. Hey, grab these. Ha ha ha. Yeah. All right. the good thing is we're getting started. I'll figure that out on my own. We've already got this variation going, meaning and I want to put one more like I want to get to 2 or 3 elements pretty quickly just to kind of really start to define what direction we're going in, and you know, to expand on what I mean. This balloon inspired the tickets inspired the lollipop or the ice cream, and the popcorn, etc., the cookie. What are we putting bow ties on? If we're putting bow ties on? What, you know, things like that. That's where chat comes in, right? That's where chat comes in, and chat helps me understand where we're going with balloons. Let's put these together. Can I put these together? Here, we can group them for the sake of grouping them. Right now we're gonna group. I'll come back and doctor those. I should doctor them now, but I kind of want to get the elements going. I want to get up to 3 elements before I start to doctor the thickness and stroke here, matching it to that balloon. Same with this one, rotating the thickness and stroke here. Like, I'm gonna take care of all that. I'm not just gonna let that go. It has to look good. If we look at this right here, that looks good. Stroke thickness matches throughout balloon and knob, if you want to call it, or tie. I'll try to give it a name as I go on. All right, back to Canva. Pull that back down. Taking inspiration again. Wow, that happened. 1 and 2. There we go. Popcorn went with lollipop and ice cream. I almost want to say ice cream could go again in a different type of style, right? Ice cream cone. You see, kind of like something like that, maybe, if I were to make it myself, but then that'll influence the entire direction, right? But I'm not against it. It's like, what direction are we going to, or a comb like that with a circular top, not the swirly soft ice cream top, like that one in there. Oh, I kind of want to go with that, but again, you know, that's a question to have. Or this one here, if I draw it out. Okay, let's move on to something else. Keep the ice cream idea on the table for. We'll keep that on the table. We got to be quicker too, and how we're moving through this. So I just want it to be boom, bam, bam, like, you know. In that sense, though, let's kind of go with the ice cream. You know what? That's what I'm thinking now. We're gonna move quickly. Let's go with that one there. And kind of just, you know, move it right on, right along. What are they? What are we doing? That's a premium image. How is that a premium image? All right, cool. Premium that. I'm just gonna build my own. And cone 2, we'll call it. Drag it on in. right? Drag it on in, get the properties going on this. Right about there. Get to work. Right? Just get straight to work on it. Good. Like it. Like it. This song right here, man. Okay, get back to these swatches. Let's get rid of that fill color. We're gonna go make an expert move right there and say 1, 2. Close that off and build the cream. Right there. See what we've got here. That kind of looks okay, but I want it to be circular. I want it to be perfect. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut too many corners. I don't think I have yet, but okay, this kind of looks okay. Good to go. Great job, sir. Great. Great. Good job, sir. Great. Undo that. Bring this down a little bit, just a little bit. That music does its job. Straighten that out. Right about. Alright, something's happening here. We want to go there. There you go. Kind of, maybe, sort of. It's not dipping the way I want it to, man. I know why, too. This has to be higher. Right about there. And right about there. And then, back to our pen tool. This should dip now more. In this area, it needs to dip, like curve. Watch. You see that curve now? And how it more closely matches. It more closely matches the template underneath. One, and let's kind of, that music is everything, man. All right, good. Get that out of the way and grab both of these. Undo. All right, and we're gonna say like so. So you want to take that, duplicate, then cut off. Now you've got two separate. I'm not teaching Illustrator here, but pull these on over to the board. Hello, beautiful. Let's cartoonify them. I'm gonna put those lines in and drag those on over too. So about straight down, straight across, straight down, straight across, straight down. Okay, bring those on over. Group. I did group, brother, didn't I? Group, come on. Bring that stroke weight up a little bit, a lot of it maybe. Change it to, where's that brown I like? There you go. Drop that on in. Grab that, change it to that brown I like. Bring that stroke weight up a little bit, or a lot of it, right? Let's give it a non-uniform appearance. Same here, right? That's underneath, that should be on top. There it is. Let's give that a non-uniform, see how it looks. Let's see what this one looks like. That one looks good, I like. Let's try it on this one too. Also, let's try that on here. Ungroup, ungroup, ungroup. I don't know what happened. Ungroup. Thank you. Give it one of those. That looks better. I would still want the rotation to be somewhere else, man. Just to have a quick look at that. Now we're gonna say copy and paste. Take inspiration from there. See, we can take ungroup that. Right. Bring that stroke weight up. Bring that stroke weight up. Let's see if we can get a defined swatch color on here. Where are you, baby? Okay, you don't want to participate. Let's put you on. There you go. We also need one more thing. We need that line right there. Thought I was gonna let you slide, huh? You thought you were getting away, huh? Right there. Cut, paste that on over. Remove the fill color and go to stroke. We're gonna make that a, let's try that. And let's also try the other one, see how we're looking. Kind of does a better job. Put the stroke weight up on this a little bit. Maybe 5. 4 on that one, and a 3 on that one, maybe 4. Alright, grab these. These have to be, yes, there we go. Let's try these, see how they look. Undo, so far so good, that works. Save that project. Oh man. A third element. Let's drop this down a little bit. I'm gonna group that, group it. Once I shrink it, I'm gonna have to shrink the, no, maybe not. All right, that looks good. What are you talking about, brother? Hearts, ice cream. Make this bigger. Hide that edge corner so that it's not jarring to the eye. Kind of want to lower this. There we go. This looks better. Same with this one. All right. Yep. A third element now. Right? No, I kind of want to move that quickly, if not a little quicker, in terms of like just putting things together, moving through elements into a mock-up. That looks good right there. Hearts, ice cream. What goes? That's the question. What goes? How could we take inspiration from that little ticket, right? What takes the place of that, right? Questions you ask. What goes? What goes? What goes? I could use a pamphlet from from the other one. I almost want to bring that over too, just to have it here. Let me see if I could real quickly. I don't feel like looking for it. Videos or listings. No, I'm looking for it. I'm not gonna look for it. But what goes? What goes? That's the question. What takes the place of that to go onto this new? Let's group them for now. Right? What goes? Hearts, ice creams. What story is it telling? Little girl. Who's it targeting? Little girls, women, high schoolers, maybe. Stuff like that. You know, you can start to build that story. Should I put the happy face on it? Two different happy faces. So that one, guy, girl, Canva. Okay, I'm kind of liking where that's going. I kind of like where that's going. 1 and 2, right about here. Bring that stroke weight up a little bit. Bring it down and drag. Let's cut here. Cut. 1 and 2. I'm just kind of like, you know, figuring out how I'm gonna do this. Right? Off stream, I'll figure out how to turn off that snap. All right, so we've got, let's cut this here. 1 and 2. And remove. Right. Undo, undo. One and 2. Let's blow that up. All right. One quick second. Let's see what color we're entertaining here. It's third brown from the sun. Let's grab that, remove, and voila. Now we're dragging lines. Take the switch from that, drag you on up there, and you on up there. Get those eyelashes going, girl. Right? Grab these two. Lower those stroke weights a little bit. And we're gonna make these right about there. We're gonna grab all of them. We're gonna make them all round cap. Round cap, round cap, round cap. Cut this one, I forgot. Cut and a cut and a delete. Round cap these. All right, drag everything on over. Might have to move our eye closer. Group that, drag it on down, and rotate the happy face. Yay! Shift it over a little bit. Make it smaller. Right about there. Put that behind, so, whoops, whoops. And we can bring you on over, group you together. Oops. Undo, 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 redo. Group. Bring you down, bring you on over. Rotate the little bean. We're gonna have to, of course, put that stroke weight down. All right, let's grab that. Ungroup. Undo, undo, undo. Redo, redo, redo. Zoom in. Grab one. Still grouped. 1, 2, and 3 have the same stroke. Let's pull them down. Right about there. Now we can take these beautiful beans. And wow, they're not the same stroke weight. All right, so these two. There's that music. Make them more eyelashy in thickness. Make these more eyelashy in thickness. Right? Put that behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 1, 2. Whoa. Yep, a lot of stuff happened right there. So we're gonna take these. That's grouped. That's the problem. All right, move that along with. Let's select it all. And front. Capiche. I also want to make that smaller, just to kind of show. And remove that. Right? It's not working for me, sorry. The guy, it's gotta be a guy. Just be a guy, my man. Just be a dude, bro. Right? Be more duty, bro. Put you right there. Okay. And I still don't like it. I don't like that half that's peeking out right there. Slide it over a little bit more. If the eye is gonna be hidden behind, I almost want to say, I almost want to try different little eye, little try. I don't even know how to say it, but little. There you go, my man. All right. You're looking peaceful. You're looking all zen, brother. What are we doing, man? I don't know why that's funny. Oh boy, why is that funny? I gotta stop. All right, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. We're on track though, right? Let's just call it right there, man. We're on track to creating something here, man. I want this to be next stream. I want this to be filled with 5 more elements, or you know, we'll get through 5 more elements, and we'll get a nice pattern going, and get to mock-up stage and post. So that's got to go. Every balloon has to have. Let's group that. Every balloon is gonna have that. I want these to be together, man. Group. There you go. We're gonna rotate that. Yes, doesn't have to be. Let's put that in for now. Oops. I don't want that hanging off too much. I like that overlap. So right about there. All right. So far so good, but to finish my other point, 5 more elements, right? That music is good, baby. 5 more elements or whatever, and I want to get to mock-up, and I want to get backgrounds on it. Then I want to get to another design type, you know, just shift off into a completely different direction. I like the theme of whatever description you can apply to it, cartoon-esque, Mickey-esque, you know, you name it. I'm pretty sure we can come up with a number of theme descriptions, if you will, but let's leave that there. We'll be thinking of what new elements to add by the time we get back. With that being said, I'm gonna have to give myself a round of applause. Off stream, I am going to post. Let me see if I can do this on stream. Why would I do that off stream? I do want to just kind of get a loss leader up there, meaning a sticker of some sort, which means I'm gonna have to go in here. You won't believe how many different projects I use this AI for. I'm gonna have to go in here and let's say it's not there. It's ChatGPT. Real fast. Make me an inspirational mental wellness sticker design with a good quote. Hopefully it's a yes. Pastel gradient, peach, lavender, centerpiece quote, in handwritten brush style. You are behind. You're exactly where you meant to be. You are not behind. Yes, let's go with that quote. Let it do its thing. We're shifting gears a little bit. Sometimes it spits out really good design. Other times it gives you some pure crap and you have to go work with it, but trust your process is the motto for now. And then, you know, you get those moments where you just don't get a damn thing. And you just have to kind of take your quote and go to another browser, because let's go back and let's ask ChatGPT to do it here. Yes, anxiety relief. Generate the image. I'm shifted on the keyboard. Image for me. Come on, buddy. You can do it. I'm gonna go back to this browser and say, wow, there it is. That one is boring as shit though, man. Wow. Although it's boring, let's have a look at it. You are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Simple. So I can take that. Let's take that. Give it our own. Give it our own. You are not behind. We're gonna drop that into Photoshop. Crack that open. And close that out. Yes. And then open Photoshop. Look how long it's taken for that to come up. Easing anxiety looks, wow, I like the way that was looking. Hold on. Brethren. Okay to go your own pace. Wow, that's, how do they, what? That looks good. Easing anxiety looks different. Okay, the message is offbeat, I think. Which do I go with, though? Easing anxiety. Let's open these up, put them side by side. Like what do we go with? I'm liking. Wow, that look at the I don't know if it'll come out French like that, but you are not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. All right, so I'm going to take the message from that and the moon, put it on that. I'm going to put you are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Let's drop that into Photoshop. Right? Let's drop that into Photoshop. Duplicate that. Off and locked it is. Get the J going and remove all of this. Undo. Undo. Undo, undo. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Thank you. Look at that. Clean. I'm gonna start doing story time on my streams because I don't know what it is about like working and like going into any kind of flow, but sometimes you just kind of you start to how would I create that? A shape and then blur. That's how. Give it that color. But not now. I want to put that message on. Bend that around. Let's give this a shape. Anyways, when you're kind of in that flow sometimes, I need, before I finish that statement, I need brush tool. Whoa, what happened? Thank you. How do we, come on. It's Photoshop. there it is. So Alt and Shift. That's what we need. Right about there. This is going to be the guideline. Alt and Shift. That's the guideline for the typing. The message, you are not behind. Let's start with that. You are not behind. Let's give it 3 dots. Take this color to black if that works. Hit exit. What color was that, man? Close that out. That music, baby. That's what I need, that color. So we're not exactly, we're gonna go with something like that right there. A little darker maybe. There you go. For whatever reason, it almost seems like it copied the it almost seems like it copied the film grain on that in that picture. How do we undo? All right, that didn't work out. Cool. All right, now escape. 1 V. Grab this. Hold Alt. Bring it down a little bit. See what happens. No adjustment. Okay, that sucks. How do we bring this down? How do we shrink this? How do we, come on buddy, show me how. Fire in Illustrator. Scales, mother effer. How do we Alt. Let's bring this down to right about there. And let's see what happens. Oh, it worked. Now with that being the case, let's bring this up in size. Bring it down, it's too big. Let's go up a few at a time. You're not behind. I like the lowercase, I'm not gonna lie. Oops, that ain't what I want. Yep, there it is. That's what I was looking for. escape. Turn that layer off. Create another. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Let's type that right about here. You're exactly this one is coming. It almost seems like I could just keep that by itself. Yeah, let's try it. You know, and then kind of just create a really nice space in it. Play with the color a little bit or a lot of it. Let's play with this color. We're gonna make that a little darker. We could even change this font around. See what we've got. Music's being nice to me, man. Coming up on the hour and 30 mark, which is where I really start to cut it off. So let's get this posted. I like that one right there. Look at that. You see? Let's get a shift increase in font size. Right about there. Are we coming off the page anywhere? No. Here, let's pull that down a little bit. You are exactly kind of like that, but shit. Something's up. I don't want to try and articulate where I didn't like it. Or where it didn't work for me. That one looks good too. Like, a lot of these just kind of seem like they go with the picture, you know? I'm not a fan of the bold, the super bold. Damn it, my computer is kind of overheating. Oh, we'll fix that now, won't we? I've got a fan underneath it. I just have to turn it on. Working like a charm. All right. Let's see if we get previews here. Let's try that one. Nope. Nope. You see, that looks good, but is it readable? It's too plain. I want it to wrap around more. Let's nah, I kinda don't have a real inclination to try stuff like that. We're just gonna keep scanning, and for whatever reason, these types of fonts look really good. Just they like kind of work, but it feels like something's missing. I'm looking for it. You are like that would even. It almost seems like that goes with it, but it's hard to read. Do they have a bold? Let's look at this. One regular. They don't have a bold, man. All right, let's try with size increase then. Let's see what that does. You see how it hangs into the picture, right? Let's try another right about there, and then we'll shift it so that it's straight with undo. All right, check mark and then undo. And here. You gotta keep the X outside of the line if you want font on top of the line. All right, so let's go all and turn these into, if I can, type. Let's turn these into I want to turn them all into caps. Okay, it's not paragraph. Why don't we have the options here? Oh, type options. Where are type options in here, man? Like, right? Where I don't want to make a huge deal out of that, but how do you get that option, man? I'm not gonna delete it. Let's go with, oh hell no, that just made everything look crazy. All right, I take that back. You were perfect in your lowercase form. Let's you know what? I'm going with let's do it, man. For the sake of, let's get rid of that one right here. Get that merger going. Okay. Now we should be good to go from here. Oops. Don't want to do that. That's what we want over here. And we've got the transparent background. Save that to renders. Right? Let's type it meant to, we don't want to start there. Or exactly. Meant. And make it quick, fast, in a hurry. One. Go ahead and log in. That's good. So I'm gonna start doing that. If we're working on a project, right, and we don't hit a mock-up stage, and it's been like a week or whatever, you know, I'm gonna start cutting the design process short on one particular project and moving over to the quicker AI loss leader type of thing to get a mock-up and a listing posted, because that's part of the main goal, or that's like the main goal, if not part of the main goal. Select variants, select them all, drop this bad boy in. Drop that bad boy in. It's gonna have double like outer area, I think. Maybe? No? Or maybe it recognizes. Hopefully I saved the transparent, man. Hopefully I did. I'm gonna have to go back. I haven't closed Photoshop yet, but okay, let's have a look at that. You see it's got that extra little layer out there, but that's fine, right? Remove all of these, and let's go with context 1. Get this out of the way. Okay, listen to that song. We're gonna go with skateboard. No, we're gonna go with context 2. Let's see what we got. This one here. I almost want to put that right there first. 1, then 2, and then context 2. Let's go with 1, 2, and then front. Okay, we're gonna have to delete 1, 2, 3 because that has to go second, right? That's the sticker. Then we can put these here. One, context 2, so that we're not cut. Right? Show, also show the clear option. See what size offers. And we're going to put another all right. How do we save selection? Let's get on with it. Music has been treating us very well. Good. Hour and 38-minute stream. Let's kind of move that. Can we? We can do that in the dashboard area of our subculture storefront. All right. We're gonna say mental wellness, yoga, sticker. Inspirational, mental health, sticker, generate. Sticker decal. Testing 1 while that's generating. Apply. Kind of do a quick skim through. What do we have? This will appear below your description after publishing. Alternatively, copy and add it manually on the sales channel. All right, look into that off stream. Skin through. We have yoga stickers, inspirational decals. Fine, okay. So far, so good. Get that right there. I remember that. Okay, and publish. Let's do that. We're gonna publish that. we've got a lot of work done today or during the stream. One thing I do want to do is look at these. I want to build that real fast in Illustrator, right? That's an Illustrator, so let's close that down. No. And no. Before I post. While that's look at that. It's while it's uploading images and publishing, we're going to come over to, thank you by the way, AI. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you much. Thank you much. You're a great source of help. I appreciate you. Whatever response you choose to give. That message made my day. Thank you. I'm really glad to be here for you, whether it's creative ideas, a little encouragement, or just someone to bounce thoughts off of. I've got you, always. I almost feel like the thing wanted to say at the end of that and point its finger with a wink of an eye or something, you know, like. Let me get out of there before I lose my artificial intelligence. Published. Going back to, how do I get to that? Here we go. This is what we need right here. Come on, buddy. Fire it up. Now let's bring it on over. We're going to open Photoshop as well because we might need it. And then we're going to go to our storefront. Now we're going to go here. Go to the mockups page. And let's grab mockup library. Let's grab a full-blown. Let's grab this one right here. Hit download. You know what? Cancel that. We don't need that. Nor do we need Photoshop because we've got that already. Out of the way, go to layers. We're going to drag, we're going to find this layer and drag the attributes to that layer to give it a shadow, drop it onto the canvas, and we're going to save. And renders, maybe? No? Stream content, renders again, no? Stream content, cool. You are exactly where? Sticker. Mockup. Right there. Let's go to, let's see, shop dashboard. You should see our buddy old pal right here. And let's just go ahead and drop him right on in. Come on, you've got it. Let's get that see, you can do it. I knew it. I believed in you. Right there, and publish. All right. Now, like we always do, let's run a sale. And we're gonna say today is the 11th through Monday? No. We're gonna do it through Sunday. Like 3 days always. Flash sale and make it happen. All listings, review and confirm. Good to go. Listings. Let that populate and process, and we're getting quicker, and we've got a nice flow going. Keep to this flow. We've got sub genres to kind of target whenever we want to come build a listing. We're good to go. We've got this little sub genre right here. We've got the mental wellness stickers little category, and then we've got, you know, some more creative categories over there. We can apply designs to multiple products if we want, but with that being said, I want to bid you guys a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. And until next time, come on, there should be a sale on that right now. What happened? That's got to be in sale form, but whatever. You know, it'll kick in. Shop's starting to shape up. All right. Catch you later.